If you know anything about Warframe or most MMOs, is that we want to be powerful yet fashionable. Many people can agree that fashion is the true endgame, and I can attest to that as well. So for this video, I wanted to share one look each from Warframe, Destiny, and Final Fantasy, aka games I play or used to play. Primarily what I use on a regular basis to start with, so expect a lot of red. Funny enough, this comment was the reason why I wanted to do this fashion video to begin with. So to this person, thank you for the video idea, I really appreciate it. For what I did with this look, I decided to use mostly warm colors for like the base of the look, and for the energy, I decided to do a blue so it can contrast with those warm colors. Looking over it again, it's almost like part of the skin is actually armor or a type of shelling that is covering up parts of the body. Well, I guess some necessary parts that are covered, but I think nobody is complaining because
make it a little bit spicy.
For the helmet, I use the Praxis because it matches well or goes well with the Signa. And for the body, I use the heirloom skin, because you know why. For any attachments, I use minimal as possible, only using the Praxis shoulder pads, the ventral frame ephemera, and the heirloom Signa at the lowest setting because how it aligns with the horns from the helmet. For the primary color, I use this dark gray from the Fear palette. For the secondary color, I use this red from the Classic Saturated because it's not too dark and it's not too bright. For the third color, I use this orange from the Shamrock palette. And for the accent color, I use this yellow from the Classic because I'm not a particular fan of very yellowy golds. I rather have it more subtle so everything else can shine. And for the emissive and energy slots, I primarily use the 1002 only because of Octavia's colors, because that blue hot pink combo always works well in certain applications. Here it actually works pretty well with the yellow because it gives a little bit of orange in between, and that blue with Harrow's energy gives it that like weirdish blue that I actually like. I like weird colors, I guess. For this entry, I wanted to go with my Titan for this look, only because out of all three of them, this is the one I like the most. One being load armor or no armor Titans are kind of unique to me, and second being the arm chest combo. It flows together pretty well. There are other jackets that work well with these arms, but one, you have to find the right shader, and the second one I think was the prototype for this look, but what you can see on the waist, it kind of cuts off and doesn't flow very well, so I'm gonna keep with a 30th anniversary top. And for shaders and ornaments, there are some that you can get from the store, so you do have to buy some stuff, and some things you can do by playing the game. But I believe two of them, or two shaders, you cannot get anymore because it's either no longer in rotation or was limited time. And for this final entry, get it? Final. I decided to go with Reaper because of the scythe and the overall aesthetic of Shadowbringers. I could have done a look for Dawntrail as a female Hrothgar, but it's going to take a little bit more persuading than just a Catwoman for me to switch over, even if it's for like a tiny bit. Anyways, to start with is, again, the scythe. only because it's so cool looking. And there is a dyeable version if you do not want blue. This look can also work with tanks because a lot of maiming and fending gear tend to share the same models from what I can see. So you can do this for Gunbreaker, Warrior, or whatever fits this look as well. For the head, I'm using the Devarian hairpiece. For the chest, I use the dyeable version of the Edenmore coat with wine red. To obtain the dyeable gear, you have to do the Savage versions. You can also go with the normal version, the undyeable versions, if you do not want to do the Savages or you do not have anybody to do the Savages with. For the arms, I'm using the Wayfarer's gloves with Loom Brown and Wine Red as an accent. You could also use a Soot Black if you don't want to use or overuse brown. But I still think it works well, but I think black would have done a better job than the brown. And for the legs, I went with the Nereids. I forget which one, but probably the first one, but I can't remember on the top of my head. And the dye used is also Loom Brown. And lastly, for the feet, I went with the Ishgardian thigh boots with Soot Black. And with that, that's the end of the video. If this video is received well, I might do a small series about it. Maybe focus on one game or an entirely new one if someone asks for it. But this video was kind of fun and challenging because I am not used to stuff like this. I think I've only done like 1 or 2 videos that are either solo or scripted, and it was kind of fun. It was fun. So if you want to see more of this, I am willing to do that and get out of my comfort zone and just, I guess, branch off. I'm gonna go steal a bit from one of my friends and be in my Rothgal era. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.